Y'all know what it is. Y'all know what time it is. I just want to tell y'all I got my brothers here with me. So you know what we had to do. So, lean on my jeans. You see this?
Who's on what don't tempt me? Who's on what don't tempt me? Who's on what don't tempt me? Bad gal, rude gal, none of them friendly. I'm up now, gotta accept it. I'm in the Euros, boring a Bentley. Who's on what don't tempt me? Who's on what don't tempt me? Violate me, I'll send man straight to A&E. Don't know how to react. This year man made more than £1 million, and that right there is facts. She got back, put that shit on the floor and watch me give it a slap. Just spent 7K on a brand new thing, man, try it and just hit back. When I was broke, man, they show me love. Trust me, G got dark. Now when I get in the whip and see my breathing, this is like in the car. I thought about hitting the bando way before I thought about hitting the
Yeah, lean on my jeans. Make sure you tap here with the guys. Stop playing with the man, them.
Bad gal, rude gal, none of them friendly. I'm up now, gotta accept it. I'm in the Euros, boring a Bentley. Who's on what don't tempt me? Who's on what don't tempt me? Leng one way too elegant.
Y'all know what it is, man. Y'all know what it is. Thank you so much for tuning in to another episode of the Perspective Podcast. We're here to change your perspective
and elevate your mindset, man.
Y'all know what it is, man. I had to get my brothers back in the cut with me. So y'all know y'all have Roman here with you.
You got Joshua,
Talk Heavy, and we got our brothers. I need the brothers to introduce themselves. We got a rapper extraordinaire, a producer of many, a guy out here in these streets. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, a poet, wordsmith, and beat maker. I got my brother Worthy here in the cut with me.
Word.
I gotta get to the, you know what I'm saying?
Yes, sir. I appreciate it.
It wouldn't, you know what I'm saying? I'm trying to do better at the intros. You know what I'm saying? So you know I had to get my brother here with me since grade 12. You know what I'm saying?
Since grade 10, nigga.
Nah, not you no
Not
more.
you.
Not you.
You see, that's niggas get too excited.
Sorry.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I'm trying to.
know each other?
More apologies.
Grade 11 or 12?
You came in last semester, grade 11.
I did. Yeah, I did. I got kicked out of a lot of schools. At the end of the day, I was there. I remember the place. I was all over the place. Yeah. Since grade 11, I got my brother here with me. Wordsmith of his own.
Facts.
Singer extraordinaire of his own.
Facts.
You know what I'm saying? You might know him from classics on the 4US album. Our trader. Our intellectual, our mind, the person that holds the group together. I appreciate you for the many times that you've been there for great advice.
He the glue.
When we needed you. Great, even when we didn't ask for the advice. You're still always there being able to.
Voice of reason.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? You've always been there though to make sure that we are there. Spiritually, that we're in tune with ourselves and understanding of ourselves.
Always.
I just appreciate you, my brother. I got Curly in the cut, Lucas with me. You know what I'm saying? Big up yourself.
Hey, next day trader.
Yeah. When you make your first million, remember me. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, man. And I gotta get it to my brother too.
Man, y'all know me. I ain't got
Talk to them.
Just move over. Everybody move over. Let's get Worthy some space. I feel like he's a little out. Everyone move right. Move right.
I'm chilling.
Oh, you good?
Right.
He said you don't want to be front and center.
Yeah.
Okay. Before we start this episode, I just wanted to give a quick shout out to the sponsor, the one that got us. He's custom sweater. Hook this up, man. You see the top GVD on here. See the 4US. Leaning on my jeans. 101. Saint on me.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Omar Fatia.
Hooked us up nice.
He really took care of us. So make sure that you go tap in with our brothers over there. Tell them that the Perspective Podcast sent you to go and cop some new drip. And y'all know what it is. We definitely have to support our people. So make sure you support as well. But I got a special episode today.
Yeah.
We got a special episode for you. So make sure you take your time. Some of the things that we're going to discuss today might be a little PG-13, a little over a lot of y'all minds. I'm going to keep it a buck with you, but I need y'all to just stay tapped in with us because we're trying to give you guys a new perspective. That's the whole point of this, is to give you a new perspective. So today, we dealing with that hard topic to discuss.
Damn.
He swerved that bullet.
Yeah. They were waiting to pause, man. You guys are waiting to pause me right there. Yes. Biggest thing for us today is forgiveness, and I think really focusing on forgiveness because all of us operate at different points in our life. We're able to forgive others. Sometimes we're not able to forgive others, forgiving ourselves through certain situations that we've been through and gone through. trying to have the understanding of knowing that, like, man, we're not perfect. I'm going to keep it a buck with you. I'm not perfect, you know, and I struggle with forgiveness myself. So hopefully this conversation with my brothers, we are able to sit down and have this conversation and really dive deep into what forgiveness means for us and how we're able to move forward with forgiving ourselves and how we've grown in forgiveness and in the love and grace of just understanding that we're not perfect. So,
yeah, for sure. Forgiveness is a big topic. Bro, what's crazy about this is I was literally thinking about this probably last week. And let me just start by saying, growing up, I always believed that the superhero should kill the villain.
what?
Wait.
And let me land.
Quite morbid.
Let me land. I always believed that the superhero should kill the villain. Every time they're gonna do it again, you know they're gonna go to prison, you know the same actions that got them there they're gonna repeat it. But yet the superhero will always like, nah, I'm gonna keep him alive. And me, I didn't like their reasons. They were just like, if you do it, you're gonna be as bad as them.
This nigga hated that.
100%.
That was my favorite superhero, and I never understood when he said it. But then recently I watched a video, and it was Daredevil talking to the Punisher. And they were basically just talking about, you know, the dynamic of the superhero and the villain and the good guy and the bad guy and the good decisions and bad decisions. And it made me really understand that it's not even about the villain in the moment, it's about the hero. And it's like, if you think that there's no redeemable quality in the villain, you're never gonna think that of yourself.
Facts.
So it's like, if you think that, you can kill him and it's done and that it's over with, like, bro, you're gonna look at your own life, and when you do something wrong, you're gonna be like, man, I can never fix my situation, I'm done. I got killed off whoever I am. So like, once I understood that, I was like, you got to keep the villain alive in your life because there's still hope. Everybody has hope. As long as you're living, you can still fix up. So that's what I want to say.
Y'all ain't
Hey, wait. Clip that.
That's clippable.
Yeah.
Yeah, and you're 100% right. And I think that so many times we ignore that in Marvel movies and
Bro, I never
different
understood
movies
it.
and things. It's always like, why do you guys let the villain talk so much?
He coming back.
Yes, with the monologue. You know what I'm saying? But it's true, because if you don't show grace first for others, how do you expect to show grace in yourself? If you can't forgive others, how do you then forgive yourself? You know?
I got you on that.
Talk to them.
The reason why you help people, you forgive people, you don't kill, you don't do none of that, is because of the understanding that hurt people. You know?
Damn.
These people are doing certain things
Yeah.
because they've experienced certain hurt, certain pain that they're still trying to figure out. And unfortunately, that comes out in a way of hurting you as well. And the sooner that you understand that and know that, is the easier it is to be like, okay, wait, let me step back for a second. Let me know who I am. Let me remember who I am. I'm not no evil person. And whoever it is that's coming to me with evil probably has some evil done to them. I'm not finna continue this cycle. You know what I mean? I'm not finna continue putting that out there in the universe.
Cycle.
Yeah,
That's
energy,
real
that
though.
energy.
Cycle.
Yeah.
Because they hurt you, you hurt them. Now they hurt someone else that hurts, and then the world is hurt.
Facts.
And then you start to bleed on somebody that didn't even cut you.
It's,
You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to. You start hurting somebody that didn't even do anything to you.
that's a fact.
You know what I'm saying? Looking at all people as being, and generalizing all people. So that's why you hear the niggas ain't shit, or
that should be a
or
wake-up
men ain't
call.
shit.
Girl,
Girl, forgive him.
Or on the reverse, because a lot of niggas be like, oh, these women ain't shit, you know, I'm not finna take them no serious though. Nah, deal with that same one that hurt you, accept it, acknowledge it, know what you did wrong, and then also acknowledge what they did wrong, forgive them for it, forgive yourself for letting it happen, because that's another thing. And not victim blaming nobody, you know what I mean? Because I know that's triggering.
Oh man,
You gotta get it.
But in the same
Talk to them.
But in the same token, that forgiveness, and it kind of overlaps with trauma too, right? It's a part of dealing with your trauma. But that forgiveness is a two-way street. You have to acknowledge the entirety of the situation, know what you were bringing to the table, what you weren't bringing to the table in that particular situation that allowed for this to happen, that gave off those signals. In the same token, you're acknowledging where this person maybe either unconsciously or consciously thought that it was okay to take advantage of that situation. You forgive it, you move on, you forgive that person and forgive yourself, and then you don't have to generalize and think that everybody else is moving like that. You could be cautious, but don't live in fear.
But that should be a wake-up call, no?
Yeah.
Like, if you're hurt, continue to hurt someone, eventually you're going to have a wake-up call.
Like,
And it's going to come from some... Oh, my bad.
like an event happens? Or
Yeah, whether it's like, let's say you're in relationship-wise, you're going through all these relationships, but you're hurt. So you're used to these toxic behaviors. And let's say the other person's used to it too, so you guys already have a toxic situation going on. Then God sends you this person that's not that. That might be different from your normal type, but you give it a chance.
Yeah.
That should be your wake-up call, because you're going to hurt them. You know what I mean? So,
ain't nobody ready to hear that, bro.
That boy good.
Ain't nobody
That boy
ready to
good.
hear that.
Hey, make him talk more. Make him talk.
But
Talk
to them, right?
Yeah.
But to keep it like simple, like at the end of the day, you're gonna get a wake-up call. It's up to you to quit hurting someone. And like you guys said, it comes within. So if you can't fix that, what do you expect out of your life? And like you said, when it comes to being unconscious, so there's 4 things in life that people don't realize. It's called unconsciously incompetent,
Yes.
consciously incompetent,
Yes.
and then
Unconsciously competent and consciously competent.
fuck, how does it
As
go
the
again?
opposite?
It's basically these steps where like you don't know that you don't know.
Yeah.
And then you know that you don't know.
Yeah.
Now you know you know.
Yeah.
And now you're on autopilot, so it's like
Yeah.
being in flow state.
And doing it, okay.
It's the difference between ignorance, arrogance, and then activation and routine.
Yeah, and that comes with everything in your life.
Activate, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
You know, like
Yeah.
you want.
You
It's like
don't
it's
know.
like when you drive.
I'm
Think about
learning.
it when you drive.
Yeah.
You don't even realize you're driving half the time. Like
Yeah.
you're driving.
Yeah.
But it's
Being-
you're so unconscious of the fact that you're doing it.
Yeah.
Like you can text and drive, not saying do it.
Yeah,
But like
yeah,
you know what I mean? But you know what I mean? It's so natural. Like let's say you're driving to the gas station. I promise you've driven so much you don't even remember how you got there or what it was
Facts.
like driving there. You won't remember your surroundings, nothing.
Facts.
But your first time driving, learning, you'll know what was going on because you're
Yeah.
so focused.
So do you think that you can use that same understanding or mentality to forgive? Like you forgive so often and in such abundance that it's like autopilot for you?
So-
that you don't hold space for people where they're not supposed to?
So the way I think it comes into that is being in practice of forgiving people. The more you practice making those hard calls, those hard conversations, the awkward ones, the more you practice doing that, then yes, it becomes autopilot. Because you're gonna be so accustomed to that, you're gonna know like this is you now. Now you're finally able to do this without feeling a type of way half the time.
And
It's
you'll
still,
feel a ways not doing
you know
it.
what I mean?
Yeah.
And like you're human. You might crash out. You still might feel a way here and there.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, like you've practiced it so much now that it's who you are.
Yeah.
And you're that better version of yourself now. And it filters out the people in your life.
Just to kind of back up his point from a behavioral,
They talking.
Hey, talking today.
But to back up his point on a behavioral analysis perspective, right? The more and more that you practice something, you not only practice something, because practice in and of itself has to include so many different things and acknowledge so many different things, right? So if you're practicing forgiveness, you have to acknowledge that there are certain things that in your environment that you have to change and manipulate in order to set you in the right condition to be able to forgive actively.
Not
You know
a
what I mean?
question.
And efficiently.
I got a question.
Okay.
So now what do you do if you can't control your environment?
If you can't control your environment, that's a difficult one.
is.
That's
You
really
have to
difficult.
change.
Move.
But if you can't control your environment, right, you can still anticipate the fact that you can't control it. You can still anticipate that you can't control those
Yeah.
certain things, but you have to hone in and focus on what you can control.
Exactly. Yeah.
And in a realistic sense, you can control your own emotions. You should be able to control your
It's
own
hard, but
emotions.
yeah,
Yeah.
100%.
And by doing so, that might mean, okay, don't send that text. Don't call right away. Don't engage in conversation.
Don't
right
crash
away.
out.
Exactly.
Don't crash
Take
out.
space. Take a walk. Take a day. Take a week. You know what I mean? Take a month. Take a couple months. Come back to it. do what you need to do to heal yourself, to find peace, to reduce your stress, and try and think on a clearer mindset and not be wrapped up in your emotions.
So let me ask all of us this then, and when forgiving someone, can you forgive someone and keep them in your life, or even when I've forgiven you, can I take you out of my life? What is let me, so it doesn't just sound like it's this hypothetical or theoretical question. Have you been in a situation where you've forgiven someone and kept them in your life?
Yeah.
And have you also been in a situation where you've forgiven someone and had to get them out of your life? Which one do you think was beneficial to the man that you are today?
I've been
Because I know personally, I thought I'd forgiven someone. I thought that I did the work to forgive them. I thought I was, you know what I'm saying? Until I realized, not at all. Yeah.
I think it's like the first one is more like you're then constantly having to learn your lesson over and over and over again. And then the second thing that you said, it does depend, it does. And then the second one you said is kind of like you finally learned your lesson. And now you've moved on to the better version of yourself. But it all comes down to situational things. But like you said, I think you can forgive and keep someone in your life, but then it comes down to boundaries and having self-respect, and you know there's limits now on that.
What does forgiveness mean? Maybe
Because I feel like if you forgive, aren't they still in your life? Maybe I'm just being ignorant, but like
you can.
If you
I
forgive
think
somebody, it's you washing away the past and accepting that the future can be different.
I think the forgiveness can involve still keeping those people in your life, and I had to learn that the hard way. But I also had to learn the opposite of, you know, forgiving somebody and allowing yourself to not have them in your life anymore, or doing what you need to not have that person as involved, if not involved at all in your life.
Get them out completely, yeah.
But that is, the forgiveness in and of itself can overlap with it, but it's not really in conjunction with it. Like, the forgiveness by itself is more of an inner thing that you have to work out in acknowledging, what did they do? Okay, what did I do? All right, can I live with knowing that this happened?
Yeah.
Do I know everything that resulted from it? Was it that bad to the point where like, nah, it's fuck this person for life?
So it's conditional.
What's
It
the
is
situation?
conditional.
Give us like a what would like a
Okay.
situation be?
Yeah.
Situation.
And if it's not,
You
that,
and your girl.
Jesus.
As always a bit. Oh, sorry. my bad.
let me back away.
Okay.
You and your shorty, you're with her. Let's say you
Your
guys are
woman?
together.
Yeah, you're out.
You and your woman.
You and
You're
your woman.
out,
Not a
and she
bit.
sees
3
her.
years.
She sees her ex. Too much love there.
Wait, what do you mean?
Too
Like
much,
she
Like
sees
she
it?
goes and hugs the ex.
Like,
That's-
yeah.
and I'm with
like,
her?
You're with her.
That's not my girl no more.
damn.
What do you mean? How would you feel if I did that?
Yeah.
Simple as that. What if I saw my ex and I went and hugged it? It's a handshake. You know what I'm saying? It's a handshake. If anything, if it's too much in the moment and I'm not taking what's going on, it's a little one-arm hug.
Yeah,
You know what I mean? But from a side. You know what I mean? Like it's from a side. You know? But like, But yeah. No.
So you're not forgiving. You're not forgiving that.
I just look at that
That's too much
like
for you.
I could be extra, but I look at that as disrespect towards our relationship because of
Okay.
what I stand for, relationship oriented wise.
I feel like it's the type of hug. If you're hugging for like more than 2 seconds,
Brother, a hug
stay
is
with
a
that
hug.
nigga. fuck?
You're hugging.
It's a hug. It's a 1
No, I
second
hear what
hug.
you're saying.
and
I
then
hear what
back
you're
up.
saying.
He's grabbing back. Like,
Nah, fuck no.
embrace.
But that's what
I'm
I mean.
not
That's what I
K-ing
mean.
the nigga.
That's what I
Why
mean.
you need to embrace for? What is there to embrace?
Yeah.
You're embracing what I embrace on a regular basis.
Yeah.
You no longer
Too much
embracing.
embracing.
Cut it off.
Nah, you are embraced?
Yeah,
Okay,
yeah.
you get put up embrace. Okay. All right.
We don't know.
Yeah, no. To answer
We're
no,
saying
I'm
that
not
you're
okay.
gonna embrace the road because you're gonna be kicked out on the streets.
Yeah.
Okay, I mean, I hear you. I
Yeah,
think I think as much as we make a joke out of it, I think all of us on here are very much forgiving.
Yeah.
All of us have forgiven more than we should have.
Yes.
All of us have been in situations that we've forgiven more than we thought we could. And I think all of us has also seen the side of wanting forgiveness from somebody and also asking for forgiveness from someone,
Facts.
right? So because we've been on both spectrums, because we've seen both sides, we're speaking from a place of sometimes hurt, sometimes from a place of, I want to say insecurity, but from a place of knowing ourselves and what we tolerate and what we put up there.
Yeah.
But I think knowing you guys personally and knowing the stories that we've all been through and what we've all gone through, me alone, I know I've forgiven more than I should have.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? And also ask forgiveness from others that I shouldn't have either. Right? So in this vein of forgiveness and having forgiveness and having and being a person that forgives, right? I think as much as we forgive other people, we need to first focusing on forgiving ourselves
100%.
from the things that we've been through and things that we've gone through. And so to say that next episode, we're going to be speaking about forgiveness of ourselves and the importance of forgiving ourselves and how much of a journey it has been for the years that we've been on this planet, how much we have tried to forgive ourselves, how much we have tried to go through the ups and downs of being able to see the problems that we've had and go through it, you know what I mean, in a healthy
way. Yeah.
healthy manner. Yeah. Shit, let us shake
Quotation.
it. Let us shake it.
Yeah.
You know, but as healthy as we can. So I just thank you guys for just tuning in to another episode. I thank you guys for just sharing. I thank you guys for even giving us your time and attention to be able to have this conversation. You know what I'm saying? We started this podcast to be able to do something different and to have different perspectives come to the table, and understanding that all of our perspectives doesn't mean that we're right or wrong. It just means that it's another part of the conversation, another perspective, another viewpoint of being able to see where we want to go, what we want to be and accomplish, who we want to be not only as men but as people. And so I just appreciate you guys for sharing your perspective. I want you guys to really dig deep into your inner traumas and for perspective on ourselves, forgiving ourselves. So you guys don't want to miss that episode. Know that we love you. Know that we're proud of you. Know that we're praying for you. Again, please forgive others same way that you'd want to forgive yourself or be forgiven for yourself. Okay?
Real shit.
We love you though. Can't wait. Perspective Pod, baby. Right!